Hey y'all, I just wanted to get on here and share a quick message that was really on my heart today. Just being in the thick of it and wondering when it's gonna end. And what I was trying to say was that when we find ourselves in situations that are just continuously persistent, trials that are persistent, that just never seem to have an end, and if they do seem to have an end, it kind of seems like it's very short-lived, and then we're kind of just like right back in it again. I want to speak to that sort of situation because I think we're all searching for some sort of relief in those situations because they can be so exhausting in every way. Physically exhausting because you might be losing sleep, you may not be eating, or you may be eating too much. There are so many things in addition to the emotional impact, the physical, the spiritual, all of that, and the mental. And in that, I feel like the message that God is just continuously reminding me of is that when I think back to previous trials that I've experienced that also seemed like there was no end, that also seemed like there was no hope that there was any sort of resolution or resolve or relief from, he reminded me of just the sobering fact that without these sorts of trials that just push you to your breaking point or even past that, I would not be seeking him and searching for him and pleading with him and wrestling with him the way that I do now. Does that make sense? Why is it that the human in our fallen nature needs these sorts of really desperate, dire situations? I don't know what's up with me in the alliteration. Anyway, we'll let him do his thing. You done? You done? Why is it that we need these really intense situations to come to God? I would just argue that being in our fallen nature, we automatically default to wanting to do things independently. It is really our independence, I think, that is maybe a catalyst or the thing that invites these sorts of trials where we have to get on our knees and just beg for God's mercy and ask him to intervene. And it's in those moments too where I find at times, even though there are moments where he's silent, in the silence there are still ways that he is speaking, and it's usually in the calm, whether it be through nature or through a friend or even through coming across a video online that just speaks directly to your situation. God is absolutely in that and in the silence, and it really just takes a willingness and a sensitivity to hear him, a sensitive ear, a sensitive spirit to want to receive from him. And in those moments you can find a lot of comfort. I know for myself that's really the thing that's been driving my faith in these days, and also just helping me stay the course. And my frequency of getting discouraged is less and less now, because in this period, which I would argue is very refining, it's like you're being put in a fire, literally. It's in those moments where your faith is being strengthened the most, and you are so much more resolute and certain of God's promise and of his goodness and of his faithfulness, and how that is the truth that supersedes any other truth that's happening in your life or any other reality. So yeah, I just wanted to encourage anyone who's going through a similar rough patch of being refined, of being purified, of any sort of unholy expectation or reservation or lack of faith or just impatience. I know for me that's my weakness, like one of my biggest weaknesses is just being impatient. I'm like, God, come on now. Can we please skip to the good part? But it's really in these moments where he wants us to hold on to him, to persevere, and to give him our unwavering trust so that we can see all that he has prepared and walk in whatever he has prepared for us in a mature way, in a wiser way, in a just more confident way that he's the one that brought us through, and he's the one that will continue to carry us through the next season and the next until the very end. So yeah, be encouraged. I hope y'all have a blessed day, and I'll see ya.